Thanks for that, man. I'm over here talking like an idiot and the mic's off. Um, Wanted to get live for a little bit here and just kind of go over some intraday levels. Been very, very busy. So I started off trading equities today. So I got back into trading some shares, so forth and so forth, trying to learn a new platform, new brokerage. You know how that goes. Still doing all my charting and stuff off of Thinkorswim, but just kind of executing on the other platform here. So currently only took a few trades here. Took Tesla, took Microsoft, took Nvidia, 307.50 down here at the corner. That's the running P&L right now. Again, very, very small size. Was only playing one lot each on those, which one lot is 100 shares. With that being said, so what we're looking at here, looking at a little bit of pullback. So today's trend is down. Okay, so it doesn't take a rocket scientist to kind of see that the movement and the momentum is definitely down. So what you want to do on those type of days, unless you're a scalper, you kind of want to let the move bounce. You want to let it get rejected at those upper supply ranges. And then when we start to lose the support, you want to go ahead and take those short positions once again. So when you take those short positions once again, make sure that, we're losing some type of demand level. For me, I like to use the 20 SMA, even though my chart looks like, hot garbage with all of this, madness on it. Typically, I don't trade it like that. When I'm day trading, I will look at a much more cleaner chart. So for example, if I go to what I'm normally looking at when I'm actually in a day trade, it will be this, right? Because it's a lot more cleaner on the eyes. I already have my levels marked out and I can actually take this off. This was an old stop loss from earlier today and I could take this off. This was the pre-market high. I'm going to actually put the day's high in here on Tesla, and then I'm going to move this one down to the day's low on Tesla just to kind of give us the overall intraday range here. But yeah, so anytime you're taking plays, right? Anytime you're taking these plays, you have to kind of understand what is the day's trend, right? What are you exactly looking for? And as a trader, you need to really identify, are you a scalper? Are you an intraday day trader? There's two completely different things, and a lot of people don't understand the terminology. A scalper is someone who's going to be in and out of the trade within seconds, minutes, and an intraday day trader is going to definitely hold the trade, maybe up to an hour, a few hours, maybe all day. And then your obvious swing traders are going to be people who are going to hold those trades overnight. So as soon as you identify what type of trader are you, what type of trader what type of trading works best for you is definitely going to be your level of comfort zone, right? So for me, I'm a scalper predominantly. The average trade that I'm in lasts anywhere between 1 and 10 minutes, right? 1 and 10 minutes. And a very rare occasion will I hold a trade over an hour. But okay, let's get into some levels here. I'm all preoccupied over here looking at, I got Texas coming through, this, that, and the other. We're looking at Tesla right now. I'm going to go back to my big chart so we can kind of go through some levels very, very quickly for everyone here and kind of see. I know some of you guys are probably going to watch this stream afterwards. Looking at a short position here on Tesla below the 20 SMA and also looking at it, this would be underneath the Bollinger Band. If we can kind of get break below this price action of 195.46, definitely be interested in taking a short position here. I would use my stop loss depending on it, right? So let's take a look at 195.50 stop loss would more than likely be a close back over the 20 SMA at 196.80. So if we do break this, I will take a short position here just on one lot size and see how we fare out. Again, just want to kind of get that stop loss marked in place here so I can have a mental note of where exactly I'll be stopping out at. Looking for it to break the price action here. If I can kind of quickly take a look at Microsoft, for example, kind of doing the same thing, right? Very, very nasty action here. Microsoft looking to break this 261.72 mark. If I take a look at the S&P 500, same thing here. We do have some support sitting here on the S&Ps at 406.75 as well as 406.38. Again, this is just a little bit of a pullback here on the SPY. You would have to kind of play some particular stocks more depending on what they're doing, right? So just because the SPY has some support doesn't necessarily mean that, there's not a potential short play here on Tesla. It's definitely what you're going to want to look at here. So you can actually, if you're thinking about getting into a short position on Tesla, you kind of have to know what's the day's range, right? We have the bottom of the range sitting here at 192.85. Definitely has some potential to kind of get into that area, but also know that it could snap back, right? So the later on that we go in the day, the more smaller that the range is going to be. So make sure that you don't kind of get in over your head thinking that, hey, we're going to break 192.85 and continue to just flush and flush and flush. Right now, the only people that should really be trading, after lunchtime should be scalpers or people who plan on being in and out of a trade within an hour. And if you're playing options, you better make sure you have enough room to run here and keep a tight stop on options, especially if you're going to play those 0 days till expiration. So just kind of keep that in mind. Just kind of waiting for this price action to break here. The 192.40s definitely be an area that I would be looking to get into here on Tesla for just a little bit of a move here. Nothing too crazy. If I quickly take a look at the NASDAQ 100, so NASDAQ 100 right now is holding that 20 SMA. 1, 2, 3, 4, the last 20 minutes, kind of holding this support here. We do have the Bollinger Band starting to wrap around here. If it starts to give this up, we could come down here and test 298.81. So that'd be definitely something that you're going to want to keep in mind here. So Tesla just breaking that area. And what was that stop loss that I had? 196.84 on Tesla. Currently up $16, $15, $20 on the position 24. I don't know if you guys can see that down here in the lower right hand corner. $4 breaking even. So again, looking for the snapback here. If we do get the snapback back over any of these short-term moving averages, I'm going to have to get out. Again, my stop loss is 196.84. So just kind of give it some room, let it wiggle around, see what it wants to do. I'm going to go ahead and check the Discord here, see if anyone has any questions, put in some levels. Getting a nice little washout here. You can just kind of see as to why I was taking this play here. If I kind of zoom this over so everyone can see. If you look at the nice bounce here that we had off the bottom, we had a nice little dead cat bounce that I did catch long on Tesla. We ran right into this 50 SMA. As we ran right below the 50 EMA and the 50 SMA here, we started to consolidate sideways. And as we started to lose some of these shorter term supports here, we ended up breaking through. You get a nice little washout to the Bollinger Band here. You get some sideways consolidation. You get stuck and pinned below the supply, and then you get that nice break. Again, position is flat, right? Give or take. And I got into this position extremely late. So that's just one thing you're going to have to kind of keep in mind. So understand that when you're scalping, when you're day trading, understand how much are you looking to make here? Are you looking for a big move? Are you looking to scalp it? Are you looking to hold this for, an into the close? You're going to have to kind of understand the longer you hold this stuff into the close, the more that it's going to kind of, flutter around on you, put in a new low and then give you a new bounce and so forth and so forth. That's why risk management is so key, because you have to understand how much risk are you willing to put on the table. If you're not willing to lose it, don't put it on the table. There's no sense in taking a trade for the sake of taking a trade, right? So we're going to kind of quickly see here. Again, just running through this new platform and brokerage, currently up $7.3 here. Nothing much, one lot here. Tesla's not really doing nothing, kind of just, broke that area of demand and then kind of, put in this low wick here. Bulls are trying to buy this back up. But we can see here that we've got this declining 5 SMA kind of pushing down price action here. It would really have to break back over these short-term supplies at 196.33 in order for us to kind of get anything going. Down $15 on the position, so nothing much. Again, anytime you're trading, especially equities, it's not going to move as fast as options. It's, especially if you're only playing one lot size, you're going to need a good move, but it's a lot easier, in my opinion, to kind of get in, understand you can take some small risk. If the trade does go in your favor, you can go ahead and lock in those profits. And then if it does go against you, you know, as long as you're setting a technical stop loss and, you know, have a good reason as to why you're going to get out of that trade, you can typically try to make some money on the overall move. Again, don't like the way that it's getting bought back up here. Again, still being pinned below all of this supply here on the short-term 5-minute time frame. As long as we stay under the 5, 10, and 20, I have no problem holding, even though I am in the red on this position, down $30, $28 on the position. It's fine, right? Like I said, up $300 on the day on this new account that I've got over here, being able to trade these equities with the different broker and platform. You know, I'm still going to do all of my charting off of Thinkorswim. I've been using it for 7.5 years now. You know, kind of just upgrading with them over time. So definitely not going to look to, you know, kind of change that. Still do my charting here and just execute my orders elsewhere. But if I take a look at what's going on with the triple Qs and the NASDAQ, so they have lost that short-term support here, close below the 20 SMA on the 5-minute time frame. We're looking for a breakdown below 298.69. Does have potential to kind of slide into the close to 297.50. Again, a lot of upper support here. You know, the Qs are really going to need to get over that $300 mark, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, because if they do not, they've got, you know, they're going to bump their heads here at 299.35, 299.64, 300. There's so much traffic in this area. The momentum is definitely down. All of the dead cat bounces are definitely getting rejected at upper levels of supply, and the momentum remains to stay down. If we quickly look at the SPY, same kind of action here, right? We had a nice little dead cat bounce here, had room to kind of push into 408, got rejected here. Bears stepped in, pushed us down below all the supply now, and currently on the last 5-minute candle closed below this 50 SMA. So again, we do have support here right around 406.62, below 406.62 on the SPYs. Definitely has room to 406.44. For an order for some type of macro flush to happen, we're going to need to lose that 406 area. Again, don't know if it's going to happen today, so that's why you're going to have to kind of play accordingly here. Let's go back to this Tesla trade here, still getting rejected and bumping its head at the 5 SMA here. So just looking for this candle to see where it kind of closes. Probably just exit my position here again. It's the only reason why I don't do so much live trading, because once I start talking, you know, then it's like you get confused and you got to go back, and, you know, you want to make sure you have the right stop loss in place and stuff. You know, if I would have got in right on the break here, okay, for example, if I would have got in right at 195.44 and caught the move down to 194.86, would have been a nice little trade. Not saying it would have been a lot, but maybe 60, 70, $80 on one lot size with low risk. You know, well worth it. Well worth it here. So just still kind of sitting here, getting rejected off of this 5 SMA. You guys can see it on the screen. Again, this live stream, very last minute, very spur of the moment, very unorganized today. Just trying to test out the new platform, trying to test out, you know, going live intraday. It'll get better, right? Bear with me. It'll get better. Current position flat. Down 20, 25 bucks here on the position. Trying to pop back here over this 5 SMA. Just going to kind of wait. That's the thing when it comes to trading. A lot of this is waiting. Also, one thing to note, anytime we get a little bit of a pullback, right? You get these small body candles. If this candle here comes in with some volume and gets aggressive and starts to really engulf the last 3 candles, this move could tell you that we could be coming back up to test 197.10. Any close over 197.10, you could get that last end of hour run up into 198, 199. So definitely something to kind of note. So if you're sitting in a short position like myself and you get a nice engulfing candle here that kind of closes back over all of these supply zones, could tell you that we would be pushing up into the next major area of supply, which would be the 197.14, which is about a $1.50 move higher from here. Again, price action and the bears would need to continue to hold this price under the price of 196.25 for there to have any type of momentum. Price target I would be looking at would be somewhere close to 194, 194.10, somewhere in that area. So again, we got 2 minutes for this candle to close. I'm going to kind of let this candle close here, and then I'm going to either just get out of the trade because I'm going to go grab some quick lunch. It's only 11 a.m. here in California. Then I'll probably jump back on live a little bit more organized and not so all over the place, and really give some, good levels for next week and some good levels for the close here. But, got to get something to eat first. So I'm just going to let this candle close here, and then we're going to go from there. Just give me the flush. Give me a little flush here. SPY's dropping all the way down to lower support here, right around 406.44. They do have the 200 on the 5-minute time frame sitting at 406.32. So again, if the bulls are going to bounce this would be a bounce spot here. If you did get short off the top wick here and you kind of took any one of these demand zone losses, either between 407.50 and 407, this is definitely an area where you want to clean up those profits for scalpers here. If you're short in this area and you're holding for the breakthrough here, it could get a little tricky. I would kind of wait for the 406 to break, because this is a bounce spot here on the SPY. So if that is correct on Tesla here, I would be looking to get out on this candle if we do close over the 5 SMA. What we want to see is some downward pressure, at least to 406.32s. Give us another quarter on this thing. I think we can get Tesla to move just a little bit here through this low wick of 194.78, and then that's where I'll be looking to scale out and take some profits, or just cut the trade at that point in time. Currently down $28 on the position. Like I said, this is only one lot size, trying out the new brokerage, trying out the new firm, trying to get my feet wet here, get everything correlated in the system so I can go live a lot more and do these intraday technical analysis live streams and do this live trading with you guys. Still got to get familiar, bouncing around from window to window. It's not necessarily the best thing here. So still pinned below the 5 SMA. Let's kind of clean up these charts so you guys can see a little bit of a cleaner chart here. So we do have Microsoft coming down into this 20 SMA. This would be a bounce spot here. Short-term scalp position for scalpers below 261.67. Looking to take profits, maybe about 30 to 40 cents down at 261.19. Again, your macro break is not until 260. So again, be careful shorting here this late in the day if you're looking for some type of extended move. If I was looking to short here, especially if I'm playing options, I wouldn't really necessarily be looking at all of at this area down here, just due to the fact that you could get kind of trapped right here as we pull right back into this support. I'm going to cut this live stream. I do have a lunch date right now. I'll be back in about 30-45 minutes, guys, and I'll come back a lot more organized and really go through the charts, a lot more in depth.